So please excuse me about the many long and complicated technical terminology words in my presentations, because this is a multidisciplinary project. We take information from taxonomy, ecology, genetics, genomics, and we use it to understand open canopy ecosystems. So on the left of my slide, you see the Madagascar soil organic carbon map produced by a Malagasy scientist here today, Dr. Nandriana from ESSA RLI. And next, you can see the summary of what we propose to do in this project. We have a lot of information from different parts of Madagascar using different methods, and we try to understand what is an open canopy ecosystem. How can we define grassland? Is it the same as pasture? And what does it mean for planning tree planting better? So, to echo the talks earlier today, I present to you the philosophy of the Global Center on Biodiversity for Climate. The most important word here is biodiversity, because many of us work for many years on climate adjustment, development, and other people here today, and scientists like me, we study biodiversity, but there is a big policy gap, and there is a gap in understanding about the biodiversity. How does the biodiversity really impact climate? How do we include biodiversity in our planning for the climate transition? And what does it mean? Personally, my background here today, I work in Madagascar for 15 years, and with Royal Botanic Gardens Kew in Madagascar, we begin with the grasses Bosaka, Ahitra, to classify them, to collect all the information about them. And after we really know what the grasses are, and we work to create the classification system, we try to understand the local ecology, what is happening in the grasslands. So the global grassy group method, which you're going to hear more about today, it's a special way to study the biodiversity of open canopy ecosystems, because the method isn't really the same as the plots people commonly use for forest. And now I show you pictures from my travels around Madagascar and the GGG plot data that we received. So on top you can see that Andringitra Plateau grassland has many beautiful endemic grasses. But it's not only the rare and the beautiful high elevation ecosystems that have this. On the lower part of the slide, you see Ishallow. Some people call it palm savanna, which maybe is a natural ecosystem, and other people call it a degraded secondary grassland, and many different names are applied to these ecosystems. And now you can see my photographs. On top we have Madagascar, and on the bottom we have Africa and we have Asia. So for many years now, we have an academic discussion about what was the landscape of Madagascar before human arrival. Is it true that it was all forest? How much grassland and open ecosystem was there when people first arrived in Madagascar? Oh, yeah, I'm a scientist and I'm an academic. We publish many, many papers, and it's exciting for me, but it's not immediately useful. So in this project, we don't want to look at the past and do endless research which has no practical consequence. We want to take what we already know and we want to build the future. We want to understand the carbon, we want to understand the grassland, specifically in a way that can help us know where to plant trees better, how to do it better. So the mapping part of this project will be presented later today by Dr. Joseph White. And now, very quickly, I go through the overall planning for this project. So in output A, we're going to identify, catalogue and map the key areas for biodiversity, livelihoods and reforestation. And the Missouri Botanical Gardens today will present the Madagascar catalogue. Then, in the central and the most interesting part of the project, we're going to collect policy-relevant research evidence and facilitate development of evaluation criteria for selecting reforestation areas and carbon sequestration strategies in key landscapes. And when I read this, it's difficult to understand exactly what we're going to do because it's very many long words and it's many scientific disciplines. And today we work with all of you to make the plan better and to change it and to finalize it. Personally, I'm very excited about the presentation today by Dr. Leanne Phelps, which will summarize Leanne's work on fire. We will also have a presentation on the classification of vegetation. But the final part of this project is the most important: translation, communication, and dissemination of new research to, and the relevant stakeholders are here in this room today. After we finish the launch sequence of this project, our team is going to travel to the Ivohiburu protected area in southeastern Madagascar, and we try to understand the advantages and disadvantages of different ways of planting trees. Thank you very much.